Good day and welcome to another edition of the Daily Fix. I am your usual host and presenter, Advocate Tulo Hoyani. So yesterday, the Pretoria High Court went on an inspection in Loco to see the exact place where Muzisibia said he was assaulted. You'll recall that this assault took place immediately after his arrest in 2020. So he took them to that place, and allegedly those assaults took place on the 30th of May and on the 5th of June 2020. So the court saw it for itself, what that place looks like during that inspection in Loco, and Muzi took it, or narrated the story of where he was and what happened to him. You'll recall that this issue arose in court when there was a dispute between Advocate Mnisi and Brigadier Gininda, because the version of Advocate Munisi that he put to Brigadier Gininda was that Muzisi Bia was assaulted in full view of the public. In other words, that place which is known as the gold spot, where he alleged he was. We all saw from that inspection in Loco that it can easily be seen from the road passing by, so that passers-by can easily see what is going on there. The Foslo police station is at the back of those premises. But then we have the version of Muzisi Bia, the person who was assaulted, telling us in no uncertain terms that this is where it took place. Because you'll recall that Gininda was disputing all this because Gininda was saying that there was no way that the police could have undertaken those assaults in full view of the public passing on the street. But there we had it, Muzisi Bia took us, and we all saw it for ourselves. You see, the most important thing now is, let us start first of all by talking with ourselves. Gininda does not categorically deny that Muzisi Bia was assaulted. All he told the court was that, well, it never happened in my presence. But the fact that it never happened in his presence does not mean that it never happened. But on the other hand, Muzisi Bia is of the view that it happened in Gininda's presence. So this inspection in Loco will sort of, settle those issues around the place at least. And the court has seen that place now, and we are looking forward also to the resumption of the case on the 17th of July. But the crucial thing also which I want to bring to your attention here is, you see, it is the word of Muzisi Bia against that of Gininda. But I think the inspection in Loco should take care of that. But I think that is going to be challenged by Gininda, because Gininda is going to contend that he did not find him in that place. He found him right at the Fosoras police station, but it was at the back of those buildings where, it cannot be, people passing on the street could not see what was happening, because it was Gininda's version that the police would not be so foolish as to, carry out an assault in full view of the public passing on the street. So this is the inspection in Loco. At least some progress has been made while the court is in recess. And The only issue now that remains to be resolved also are those AVL records. But you see, having seen the trends in that trial, one wonders which version that the court will go with. But my gut feeling is the court is likely to go with the Gininda side of things. The court is likely to take the view that, he was never assaulted in that place where he says he was assaulted. Among other things he says, you'll remember, he also says that he was covered with a plastic over the head. Now, those assaults must not be seen in isolation, because you'll recall that it was shortly after those assaults that Mosisi Biya is alleged to have made a confession. It was also following those assaults that it is alleged that he made some pointing out. Now, if Mosisi Biya's version can be believed that he was assaulted, and I see no reason why the court should not believe that. It would also mean that, the confession that he allegedly made subsequent to that assault could never have been, a confession made freely and voluntarily, including the pointings out. Because you see, once a man has been beaten up in the manner that Mosisi Biya alleges he was beaten up, and then he's alleged to have made a confession thereafter, which confession he disputes anyway. The credibility of that confession itself is in doubt if it follows that kind of assault. But also, the most important thing is Mosisi Biya denied that he ever made a confession, just like his counterpart Bongani Ntanzi. And you'll recall that it is on those confessions that the prosecution seeks to link all other accused with the commission of those crimes, because they say it was subsequent to those confessions, especially the confession allegedly made by Bongani Ntanzi, that all the other three accused were all the other accused, the other 3 or 4 were then arrested. But having said that, let us see what the court will make of that visit to that place called the Gold Spot, and see how matters unfold from here. Having said that, let me thank you for watching these videos. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful, wonderful